be it sudden appearances to unexplainable incidents that were caught on camera. Join in to get to see moments caught on camera and no one saw it coming. This footage from India shows a strange figure sitting alone on a remote road before standing up and walking backward. Recorded in 2022, the way it moves is unsettling. It doesn't stumble or adjust its balance like a normal person. It moves too smoothly, almost as if gliding. After following the car for a short distance, the figure vanishes into the bushes. The driver looks, but there's no trace of where it went. In many cultures, spirits of those who died tragically or were improperly buried are believed to appear in deserted places. Unusual, yet ignored. In 2018, an ordinary day at Torquay Museum took a strange turn when a pile of leaflets suddenly flew off a bookshelf. What makes it even stranger is the reaction of the librarian. They saw it happen, but didn't react, as if it was nothing out of the ordinary. Moments later, it happened again, and instead of investigating, the witness simply walked away, as if this was something they had seen before. Some believe locations can hold energy from previous events, replaying moments that once happened there. Frozen in fear. This footage captures a man clinging to a tree while a strange figure with long hair and a pointy hat stands behind him. Recorded in 2018, the figure doesn't react to the presence of witnesses, as if it was unaware or didn't care. When the man jumps to the ground, his face looks different, almost like he is not himself. Locals believe in a supernatural being that puts people into a trance, leading them to climb trees or wander aimlessly before losing control of their action. Unseen classroom stare. While attending class, a student noticed a face staring down from the ceiling. He reported seeing an eye peering at him, unmoving and fixed on his every move. The footage from 2014 shows its claim, showing what appeared to be a shadowy figure watching from above, while the rest of the students remained unaware. There were no vents, panels, or holes in that area of the ceiling, making it impossible for someone to be up there. If something non-human was hiding, it could have been using the darkness to remain unseen. Unseen until now. Folklore speaks of a small bearded man known as a gnome, and one was reportedly recorded while these young boys were playing. Recorded in 2015, the small figure didn't enter through a doorway or window. It just appeared as if out of nowhere. It let out a strange scream as it ran, causing the boys to cover their ears and fall to the ground. Many cultures believe gnomes live underground or in hidden places, rarely showing themselves to humans, and sightings like these are often linked to paranormal encounters. Vanished without warning. Remote places are often associated with paranormal sightings, and in 2013, a group from India encountered a witch while exploring a remote village. Footage captures only its back, dressed in red with loose hair, standing alone in the forest. It never turns around, almost as if aware of being watched. The man closest to it suddenly collapsed, coughing and feeling ill, and when the group searched for the figure, it disappeared. In many folklore, cursed souls are doomed to roam remote places forever. Unseen until now. This boy was filming a TikTok when he saw a mysterious figure sitting on a tree swing that later came after him. Recorded in 2022, it had a smooth, almost doll-like face with no visible expressions, making it appear unnatural. It didn't just stand up, it unfolded itself in a way that didn't seem human before sprinting toward the boy. Some describe creatures that mimic children to lure people in. Others say its appearance matches stories of tree spirits, showing themselves only to those who happen to notice them. Surprising ride capture. Cameras process images differently from the human brain, and in 2022, one captured a ghost sitting on a bike. The man showed no reaction, as if he never felt or noticed anything behind him. Even with an extra passenger, the bike moved as if it carried only one rider, and the figure appeared suddenly, had no shadow, standing out from everything around it. Many believe that if the man was in danger, perhaps unknowingly, the spirit may have appeared as a sign to change his course. Bizarre moment filmed. When possessed by a paranormal entity, humans are reported to show unusual behavior, and this footage captures one. Recorded in 2013, the boy's speed appears faster than humanly possible, making it seem like he was either possessed or influenced by an unknown force. Witnesses in the room described feeling an oppressive, chilling presence, and some claimed they saw a shadow figure near him. Many online users believe a malevolent entity took control of the boy, making him act aggressively in ways that seemed beyond his normal behavior. Unseen force moves. In 2024, a CCTV camera captured a ghost sitting above the local hospital using some unknown force to move a chair in midair. The man walking nearby didn't notice the ghost or the floating chair, making it clear that the ghost was only visible on camera. The chair moved without any visible support, as if controlled by the ghost. Hospitals are known for their strong spiritual energy due to the many life and death events that happen there. Paranormal experts believe that the entity could have been drawing energy from its surroundings to move objects. Unexplained body movements. This footage captures a woman hanging by her neck from a tree, but there is no visible support or rope, making her suspension impossible to explain. Recorded in 2014, witnesses reported that despite her position, the woman moved her legs, showing she was alive. The scene took place in an isolated area with no one else around, making it even more unsettling. Some believe if she was wronged in life, she might be expressing anger or fear in her post-life form, trying to communicate these emotions to others. Terrifying roadside moment. While walking home, a group stumbled upon a young girl at the side of the road, but when she regained consciousness, her eyes had turned completely white. Recorded in 2014, the boys were so terrified that they ran, but the girl stayed still with her white eyes, which are often linked to paranormal possession. The group found her unexpectedly, and there was no clear reason for her to be alone on the road. Many believe that she may be a demonic being that appears in the form of a young girl, often used in stories to manipulate or scare humans. Ghostly presence spotted. Researchers believe that some spirits may not have enough energy to interact, and one such ghostly figure was recorded on a hospital CCTV in 2017. It appeared outside a room, watching two men sleep without making contact. As soon as it appeared, the wind picked up rapidly, then everything returned to normal once it vanished. Neither man reacted, indicating the ghost might have only been visible on camera. Many believe it was gathering strength but didn't have enough energy to fully interact with the physical world. Possession or paranoia?
Mira. No, Andrés.
This footage captures a boy whose eyes turn white and glowing as he acts strangely in front of his parents. Reported in 2016, he sits in front of a mirror, slowly hits his head against it, and starts talking to himself. Despite being right in front of the mirror, his reflection remains normal, but his real eyes are not visible. He does not react when his parents call out to him, as if he is unaware of them. Experts believe his glowing eyes and strange behavior resemble documented cases of paranormal possession.
¿Qué tienes, Andrés? Hola, amigo.
Festival heist foiled. While most pickpockets run away with their loot, one was caught by the man whose wallet was about to be stolen at the Edinburgh Fringe Art Festival. Footage from 2014 shows the man took control of the situation and confronted the thief directly, showing bravery or awareness. The thief complied quickly, handing over the wallet and running off without any resistance, choosing not to fight back. The incident occurred in a busy festival environment where the thief likely assumed his actions would go unnoticed, only to be caught on camera. Magic in the dark. In 2018, during a late-night patrol, police officers stumble upon a young girl practicing witchcraft in the woods. The girl stood at the side of the road with a small fire at her feet. Moments later, she opened her hand wide just as the footage ended. The small fire could be part of a ritual, a practice linked to witchcraft, while the hand gesture is often seen in magic as a way of invoking or releasing energy. Some believe the girl could have been a spirit or entity appearing in physical form to perform an unknown task. Mystical church phenomenon. In 2002, a woman was reported walking on a church wall, displaying supernatural strength and control. Footage shows her moving at an extraordinary speed, an act that defied normal human physical capabilities. Her erratic movements were so fast that there was barely any time for anyone to react. Those present during the event described her as seeming to be under some kind of external influence, with her actions appearing beyond normal human strength. Many believe she was controlled by something otherworldly. Caught in motion. In 2022, a normal interview at Barcelona Beach turned into a scene when a thief appeared on camera, picked up a bag, and walked away. The timing was almost too perfect. He stepped into view just as the camera was rolling. No one seemed to notice the theft at that moment. It was as if he moved unnoticed by everyone except the lens recording him. Later, police used the footage to track him down and arrest him, proving that even the smallest details can lead to justice. Strange night walk. In 2017, a CCTV camera captured a white misty figure walking along a deserted road before vanishing behind a house. What made this sighting even stranger was the faint outline of a ponytail on the figure's head, suggesting it might have been a girl. The way it moved was unsettling, gliding instead of walking, and almost weightless. No one was there in person, but the camera saw it clearly. If it was a spirit, it may have materialized just enough to be caught on camera, but not seen by the human eye. Shadowboxing or more. This man was walking down the street until he mysteriously stopped and started looking around. Recorded in 2008, he then began throwing punches at thin air as if fighting an invisible opponent. His movements weren't random, his strikes looked precise, like he was reacting to something real. Witnesses say he had been walking strangely before suddenly stopping and engaging in this unseen fight. Some believe he was battling something only he could see, reliving a moment from his past, or caught in a reality that others couldn't perceive. Figure in white. A man's late-night exploration of a cemetery took a chilling turn when he spotted a small girl in a white dress walking alone. Recorded in 2014, she appeared again moments later, standing completely still in front of him before suddenly running away and vanishing into the darkness. There was no trace of where she went, as if she had disappeared into thin air. Many people believe she was the ghost of a child laid to rest in that cemetery, still lingering for unknown reasons.
Niña.
Strange elevator behavior. In 2023, a CCTV camera captured a man entering the elevator with a woman before attacking her for no reason at all. Footage shows him leaving, then immediately returning when he saw the woman, as if something unseen influenced him. There was no conversation or sign of conflict before he suddenly lashed out. His behavior seemed to change the moment he spotted her, almost like he wasn't in control of himself. Authorities later arrested the man, and he now faces the legal consequences of his action. Blink and gone. A CCTV camera captured a mysterious event when a moving car disappeared like it was never there. Footage from 2014 shows the car driving straight before vanishing. There were no signs of swerving, braking, or turning off the road. Just before the car vanished, a bright flash appeared, about the same size as the vehicle, and unlike most disappearances, this took place in broad daylight. Experts believe that the car could have driven through an unseen rift in time, transporting it to another era or dimension. Gone in seconds. In 2019, a man reported seeing a mysterious entity that peeked inside his house before disappearing. Footage shows it looking through the glass, but there were no sounds of footsteps, knocking, or any movement before or after it appeared. The figure simply faded into the darkness, and when the homeowner checked outside moments later, nothing was there. Many paranormal researchers believe shadow-like figures can appear in reflections or glass, briefly visible before vanishing, and have been reported in similar unexplained sightings over the years. Not a normal passerby. Greek mythology speaks of a mythological being with no head, and in 2016, one was reported walking in the city. The sighting closely resembles the acephaloi, beings who were said to have faces on their chests, but this one was wearing clothes. The figure moved naturally, showing no signs of struggle with visibility or balance. Despite the clear footage, no reports indicate that anyone approached or questioned it. Some believe it may be connected to ancient legends, a supernatural presence, or something beyond normal human understanding. Mysterious night encounter. This footage captures a man shining a light above the tree when he accidentally recorded a Ponko ghost. Reported in 2019, he was unaware at the time that he had filmed something unusual, and the figure was only noticed later while reviewing the footage. Those who analyzed it claimed the entity had deep-set eyes and an elongated face, fitting past descriptions. The Ponko ghost is said to be a spirit that hides in trees, revealing itself only on its own terms and often linked to unexplained disappearances. Blink and gone. Although a fictional device, this man appears to have a cloak of invisibility that he uses to avoid being seen. Recorded in 2017, he blends so well with the environment that his body nearly disappears, much like a chameleon changing color to match its surroundings. Scientists have experimented with metamaterials for invisibility cloaks, but no public technology can make a person vanish this seamlessly in real time. He doesn't just step into the shadows. The way he disappears looks like light is bending around him, making him invisible from certain angles. Instantly lifted away. In 2020, footage surfaced showing a man walking out of his home before suddenly shooting toward the sky. The flash of light that surrounded him didn't come from any streetlight, vehicle, or nearby structure. It appeared in an instant and disappeared just as quickly. After he vanished, neighbors and investigators found no signs of an explosion, malfunction, or anything unusual where he had been standing. Some experts say the bright flash and the way he ascended match reports of unexplained disappearances that have been linked to extraterrestrial encounters. Unexplained park moment. This footage captures a strange event where, among numerous swings, only one seems to be moving. Recorded in 2021, the surrounding trees and other swings remain completely still, with no visible sign of wind or external force. Unlike a normal swing that slows down over time, this one moves with a steady rhythm, as if someone is sitting on it. Some believe places can hold energy, replaying moments that once happened there. Others think this could be a lost soul revisiting its favorite spot. Unexplained hilltop presence. While driving, a man was filming the mountain landscape when he spotted a giant being at the top. Footage from 2016 shows the figure was so large that it stood out even from a distance, and based on the surrounding terrain, it appeared much taller than any human. The peak where it stood is extremely difficult to reach, with no visible trails or access points. Some believe it could be an ancient giant that blends into the mountain, only becoming visible when it moves. Shocking body change. This footage captured a man whose legs appeared to shift into the shape of a cow's, something that has never been medically documented. Recorded in 2018, local villagers gathered as he sat crying, seemingly unaware of what was happening to him. When the camera moved, a tail-like extension was visible, but it wasn't seen from all angles. Some cultures tell stories of people cursed to transform into animals as punishment. This could be an example of someone undergoing an unexplained transformation, whether voluntary or beyond their control. Unusual church sighting. In 2017, a church in Italy became the site of a demonic winged creature sighting, captured from two different angles. It was first recorded clinging to the church before later appearing at the top, stretching its wings as if observing something or preparing to take flight. The church, like many in Italy, has a long history and may have connections to unexplained events. Many old churches feature gargoyles, and some legends say they can come to life under certain conditions, and this could have been one of those moments. Silent Traveler's Pass. In 2016, numerous shadowy figures were reported passing through the airplane gateway at a deserted airport in Thailand. The footage captured several dark figures moving as if they were passengers boarding a flight, even though there was no plane at the gateway. Witnesses described them as having no solid form, gliding rather than walking. Some believe they could be spirits of travelers who once passed through the airport but never reached, and they might still be trying to reach their destination. Eerie roadside presence. This man was going home when a mysterious woman appeared in the middle of the isolated road, seemingly blocking his way. Recorded in 2016, when the man tried to grab the woman, her black cloak dissolved into dust, showing she wasn't a physical being, but potentially an apparition or a manifestation of something darker. After she disappeared, there were no traces left behind, not even footprints. Many believe this could have been a shadow being, a non-human entity that feeds off fear and energy in isolated places. Silent figure observed. In 2016, a CCTV camera captured the ghost of a woman appearing behind a man and using her energy to move a concrete block. The man didn't notice the ghost, but she deliberately moved the block as if trying to grab his attention. Afterward, the woman disappeared, retreating back into the abandoned building without leaving any trace. The woman might have been a poltergeist, a type of spirit known to interact with the physical world by moving objects, though the reason behind her actions remains unclear. Unreal door passage. In 2016, CCTV footage surfaced showing a man casually walking through a door and then coming back, while a bagger watched from the side. The lights flickered at random moments, drawing attention to the timing of his movements. The door appeared solid with no visible way to open it, yet the man walked through it without hesitation. There's no clear explanation for how he did it, or if he even realized the unusual nature of his actions. It remains one of those strange moments captured on camera. Unexpected phantom encounter. People have a strange habit of exploring abandoned places, and one man's exploration led to an encounter with 3 ghosts. Recorded in 2013, a girl in a red dress first stood at a distance, silently watching him. Moments later, a girl in a white dress appeared much closer, and then another figure emerged but disappeared as he approached. In the final moments, all 3 stood together, watching from afar. Their repeated appearances in the same location may mean they are connected to something that once happened there. Caught in action. In 2023, 2 TSA agents were caught on security camera as they stole money from passengers' luggage at Miami International Airport. The footage shows them working in near-perfect sync, as if they had practiced their actions. Despite cameras being everywhere, they grabbed cash in broad daylight without hesitation. After the footage surfaced, more travelers reported missing money at the same airport, making people wonder how long this had been happening. Authorities quickly stepped in, and both agents faced consequences for taking advantage of their position. Public bribe capture. This footage captures a government officer accepting a bribe outdoors, recorded in 2019. She grabs the money and places it in her bag while explaining she can do the work for free, but the person handling the task won't. The officer calmly takes the bribe with no hesitation, showing no fear or concern. The transaction takes place in a public area, indicating her belief that she could avoid any consequences. This behavior hints at a system beyond just the officer, suggesting there may be others involved in similar actions. Master of stealth. Shoplifters often get caught due to their desperate attempts to steal, but in 2022, a man was reported stealing $5,000 worth of meat and never got caught. Reported in Adelaide over 2 weeks, he managed to successfully steal from 15 different stores. He used a clever method of hiding the stolen meat in his jacket while paying for cheaper items, making it harder for store employees to detect the theft. The man wasn't just stealing randomly, he was methodical, targeting the meat section of multiple stores, suggesting careful planning. Haunted mansion moment. While filming her son riding a bicycle, a woman accidentally recorded a ghostly figure peeking out from Oldway Mansion. The footage, captured in 2018, showed the figure, but she didn't notice it while filming. Later, when she reviewed the footage at home, she was shocked. Upon contacting officials, she learned that only security was on site that day. Oldway Mansion, known for its historical significance, has long been associated with unexplained phenomena, and the mansion's history increases the possibility of paranormal activity. Child ghost captured. Filipino folklore speaks of a supernatural entity called Gong Goy, and in 2018, a driver accidentally recorded it as his car's headlights illuminated the figure. The ghost was described as a one-legged, child-sized entity hopping in an unsettling manner. Supernatural entities are not visible in direct light, making it intriguing that it was clearly illuminated in this instance. Some believe the Gong Goy is the spirit of a child who tragically met an untimely end and now wanders in an unfinished state. Falling entity filmed. While riding on a small bridge, a biker encountered a black figure that fell from a tree close to him and mysteriously disappeared. Recorded in 2014, the figure appeared suddenly, falling without warning or movement. The biker stopped immediately, and yet no trace of the figure could be found. Many believe that the figure might be trying to convey a message or warning to the biker, perhaps unaware that it is being observed. The act of falling might symbolize a failed attempt at communication or an incomplete task. Legal action taken. In 2022, a U.S. Energy Department official was reported taking luggage at the Harry Reid International Airport. The footage shows him walking away with someone else's luggage, which he had no right to. The incident gained attention because of his government position. The luggage, valued at hundreds of dollars, was later reported by its owner. The official was eventually caught and now faces legal action for the theft, proving that even in busy public spaces, surveillance cameras can expose wrongdoing. Midnight cult suspicion. A man was walking home when he stumbled upon a group of people wearing orange cloaks, gathering in a circle. Recorded in 2024, they were holding candles in their hands on an empty street. The scene looked eerie, resembling a ritual, and feeling uncomfortable with the situation, the man chose to walk away rather than approach the group. Some believe the group could have been part of a social experiment to provoke fear or study human reactions, while others think the group is part of a secretive or underground cult performing a ritual in the middle of the night.
I would just keep walking too.
Unexplained security officer. During a presidential speech in 2014, a mysterious man was spotted wearing the uniform of a security guard. Although he appeared to be a regular person, many witnesses described something about him as off. Some noted his movements seemed stiff and unnatural, almost robotic or reptilian. This led some online commentators and conspiracy theorists to link his appearance to the idea of reptilian humanoids, claiming that certain powerful figures might be non-human. After the speech, the individual vanished from the scene without a trace, leaving behind questions about his true identity and origins. The floating incident. While going for a walk with his dog, a man reported seeing a girl levitating as another woman, possibly her mother, watched. Recorded in 2009, the woman's calm reaction to the levitating girl made the event even more unsettling, implying that it wasn't the first time such a phenomenon occurred. The girl was floating several feet above the woman, and when the dog barked, the girl quickly landed and ran off with the woman. Some believe the girl may have some latent psychic abilities, allowing her to levitate without any external force, perhaps triggered by emotional distress or focus. Open discussion. The footage was captured in 2010 near a river in Poland, where eyewitnesses reported the discovery mermaid-like creature. A medical team is seen taking the creature away on a stretcher, but the public was not informed about the event. The creature's large fin is clearly visible in the footage, making the sighting seem even more believable. The event was quickly covered up, with no official reports released, and the footage vanished soon after. Some think it could be part of a government experiment, possibly involving genetic engineering to create humanoid aquatic beings. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching the video. Share in the comments and do like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.